Hello everyone, I'm T-Junkie and welcome back to another tutorial. In this one, what I'm going to do is, I think it'd be good if we press when we play the game, if you look, you still see the mouse cursor. I don't really want that. I want it to be hidden during gameplay and locked to the center of the screen. Also, I'm going to code in a little menu, so if you press the escape key once, it opens up a little menu and the cursor comes back up, and you can select some options, and you press escape again and your cursor goes away and the menu goes away. So to do that, what we need to do is create another script, create another C# script, and we shall call it in-game menu. Actually no, we'll call it player HUD. More informative that way. We'll open that up. Might take a while. Well, depends how much Visual Studio loves me today, I guess. Here we go. Right, now that's all loaded up. What we're going to do is we're going to create a private bool. So private bool underscore show in-game menu equals false to begin with. And what we also want to do is in the start, what we want to do is screen dot show cursor equals false, and screen dot lock cursor equals true. And that means basically when we load up the game on our level, you won't be able to see the screen at all. Now what I also do is in the update function, we're going to do if input dot get key down, in another open brackets, key code dot escape. Then what I want to do is we want to type in underscore show in-game menu is equal to not the opposite of show in-game menu. Now there's a couple of things we've not done before. Input basically gets an input, and the get key down is when the key is pressed down, and then it's saying what the key code is, basically what key it is, and escape, so it's the escape key. And this show in-game menu is equal to not show in-game menu. Basically it switches the roles, so if it's false it'll change it to true, if it's true it'll change it to false. Now what I want to do is I want to do void on GUI, and then what we also need to do at the top here is do a public GUI skin game skin, just as we did before for our main menu. And then on GUI we want to do GUI dot skin is equal to game skin. Now with that done, just save that off, and then we're going to Unity. Now what we want to do is we want to select our main camera in our first person controller script. If you don't know how to get to it, just click the little down arrow next to first person controller and main camera, then drag the player HUD on there, and you notice it wants you game skin, and we're just GUI skin, so just put a GUI skin in there, click apply. So that's all saved now. Now I want to create another function, we're just going to call it public void show in-game menu display. Right. Actually, we just call it in-game menu display, I think. It would probably be better. And then what we'll do is same as we did before, in-game menu display in here. Now what I want to do is I want a box in the middle of the screen, but it's going to be a window. Now we've not done windows before, so to do a window what I want to do is I want to do a private const int. Now constant means it will never be changed at all, and this is good common practice to do this. What I want to do is, in my constants I always have them fully capitalized, so I'm going to do it as in-game underscore menu underscore window underscore ID. And it's equal to 0. And after that, what I want to do is do a private rect in-game window rect equals new rect, not render texture, rect. And this new rect I'm doing screen dot width divided by 2 minus. So this is it starting in the center of the screen. Now our buttons are 150 wide. We want 10 pixels either side of the button. So it'll be 150, it'll be 170. So we're going to have 170. And that's, if I believe it or not, my brain's actually gone dead at the moment. So the easiest way to do it is half 150, 75, add 10 is 85. Could be wrong though. From the top of the screen, what I do is screen dot height divided by 2 minus, and I want about 4 buttons on there. So I think 400 might be big enough. And then we want it 170 wide. Oh, that's minus 200. And then we want it 400. That's the rect done. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to, what I might do is I might copy all this here. And for now, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to paste it in here. Have it as a GUI.box. Here's a new rect. And after this, I'm just going to leave it blank in here. So I'll lay it out like this. And I want to put an if statement. So if underscore show in-game menu. Just to see how that goes along. Now what I do, so run around, see we've got no mouse, push escape, we see our little menu box appear. It's a bit too long I think actually, have a look at that. So I'll have to come back to the drawing board on that one. But as you can see, push escape and it just keeps coming back and going away. If you bear with me a second, I'm being called. Now I'm back. Sorry about that. Now what I want to do is in the GUI, I want to state what the in-game window rect is. So I want to in-game window rect equals GUI dot window, and then what we need, sorry, is our in-game window ID. Our in-game window rect. We also want the name of the function, so it's in-game menu display. Let's put nothing in here. And that might say it's wrong. So I want to do void in-game window, so I want to do in-game. Yeah, just copy here. Oh. There we go. We don't actually need that in there anymore, actually, believe it or not. And that's a bit too big. So what we do is 150. Actually, no. Let's leave that at 200. We'll have to see what it looks like when we actually start adding buttons to it. But for now, we don't need this anymore. What I do is want to do an if GUI.button is a new rect. I want to do 10. Because these buttons now is rendered inside the window, so it's 10 from the left of this where the window's positioned, which is our in-game window. So we want to do 10. I want to do it 30 from the top, 50 wide, and I think 32 wide. And we're going to just call it return to game. And after that, I believe we called ours menu buttons, but I have to double check. Oh, it's button style. Button style. Now, let's see if let's delete some of the stuff we don't actually need. We don't need that. However, we do need the if statement after this. There we go. Now we should try that out if we don't have any errors. There we go, we've got our return to game button. We'll push escape. You notice how our cursor's gone away again. And that's because under if and show game menu, under our keycode escape, basically we can just copy these two lines here. Actually underneath here will probably be better. And have that to true, that to false. And then underneath that, if underscore showing game menu equals false, have it in there as normal. click play, see what happens. Return to game doesn't do anything at the moment. Now this button's 32. What I want to do is want to create a few more. So I want to call that, and then no, wait. Yeah, that'll be fine like that. And that will do change to quit to main menu, options, achievements. That's 32, on it 42. So I have that 72. And this one here, we're going to do it. And to do these differently, because these are actually in our in-game menu display, what we want to do is we want to use the window rect. So I want to control copy that. And we want to do in-game rect dot height minus 42. So it's 10 pixels from the bottom. If you save that off and have a look in game. There you go, it looks like that. And yes, it is way too big. That's screen to height divided by 2 plus 200. So what we do is we do 150, and that's 300. See how that looks. That looks a lot better, that does. Much better. We could even consolidate that even more. But return to game, all we need to do is underscore showing game menu equals false. Then that will, if I click return to game, oof, there we go, we're back in game. And then what we want to do for this quick to main menu, we want to do application.load level, and we call ours main menu. So load main menu. Save that off. Click play. And then quick to main menu. It loads our main menu. Then load character, loads it straight into our first level. Now with that all done, in the next tutorial we'll get cracking on with the achievements window. Thank you for watching.